Hi guys, my name is George, and today I have a special guest with me. She is the reigning Mrs. Universe, right? National Universe, Mrs. National Universe, Lenka, and she's from the Czech Republic. And it's kind of fun because she actually lives in Thailand and in Hua Hin, which is the southern part of Thailand. I was there last month, and it was so fun. So I thought, who else to bring than the reigning beauty queen, who has so much to say about beauty pageants, and I think we can connect to that. So, welcome to my YouTube channel, Lenka.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm so happy to talk to you, especially about Miss Universe, because I think we talked about Miss Grand, right? Like last group session we had, and we can talk about it a little bit more, maybe the next chat we do. But today we're going to
Definitely.
focus more on the Miss Universe, since it's happening in like, what, 10 days from now, right? Today's the
Yeah,
8th. It's happening really soon. Can you
I
believe that, Lenka?
know.
We're like halfway through.
Yeah, and then we don't see much about the girls, and it's already happening. Like, oh, with Gran, we had so much time, watching everyday activities, shows, and so on. And here, I'm like, what's happening? I'm like, oh,
Or maybe because it's happening in a different place. Like Miss Grand was in the same time zone as Thailand, right? Like for you and me, it was the kind of the same time zone because Vietnam time is not that different, but El
it's the
Salvador is
same.
like 12 hours difference. So when we're sleeping, they're doing the activities. So I feel like we're missing out a lot.
Yeah, and I think also since Kunan didn't pay yet the full competition, I was like, let me just start watching and following the contenders the moment I know that they really arrive to El Salvador, that it's really happening, to not waste time and then people tell you, oh, well, it's not happening, we postpone it or something like it's happening with Miss World.
That is
So
a whole
yeah.
different topic. That will take a while to get to Miss World, which we don't know when it's going to happen. Sometime next year.
I feel like 2096.
I don't know. That's gonna take a whole different topic. It's gonna take a whole different video, and I think let's focus on Miss Universe. But like you said, I agree. I think when I think Thailand, right, she was the first one to arrive in El Salvador. I kind of got excited a little bit because I think she was giving us more content than the Miss Universe Instagram itself because she was going to a lot of the touristy places, and I was really excited to see the delegates after they arrived in El Salvador. But unfortunately, I feel like they're lacking a little bit. How do you find the pre-activity so far?
I mean, I always choose to be more diplomatic, but I find it really bad because there's not much showing of the girls. Like, for me, I feel like we're not 1950s to vote for the most beautiful one. I wanna see more about the girls, more interviews, more challenges. I want to see already doing maybe some fashion shows so we already see how they are on a stage, maybe do some public speaking. But so far, I mean, we saw that cosmetic, I don't know how you call it,
Muba?
MUBA,
Muba, I think
which
it's that.
was very bad makeovers. I'm sorry, I don't want to insult anyone, but most of the girls did not look really
Yeah.
good.
Yep. I'm with you on this. I don't know why it's happening because this is not the first year actually collaborating with the Miss Universe organization. I think it's the third year. They started in 2020 and it's been happening every year. Lenka, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they're not hiring the right people for the job, but the girls don't look that great when they do the makeup. They look better when they do their own makeup. So I don't know what's going on in that Muba company. Yeah.
No, I know. Like, this is gonna sound horrible because I love my drag queens friends, but they made the girls look like drag queens in a really bad way.
Let the girls do their own makeup. You can use the products, but I think they should do their own makeup. I think they look a lot better. Just like I cannot imagine like, the girls because there are a lot of stress, right? Like there are a lot of people watching them. There are millions of eyes on them, and I think it's their time to kind of let them shine on their own.
When someone does the makeover for you, and then you got the be photograph, and then you know that you don't look your best, but you still have to be like,
It's
it's
tough.
very difficult. So high
Yes.
five for the girls to like getting through with a smile.
Talking about the girls itself, this year we have a lot of exciting news because a lot of the contestants, about five of them, are breaking the beauty standards, which I'm sure you have kind of aware about this, right? You have been following the pageantry. So this year we have five delegates who don't really fit the traditional Miss Universe standard, which you have to be skinny, probably single. Even if you have a boyfriend, say you don't have boyfriend or at least don't have a kid, right? That is like no, no in Miss Universe, at least before. So I want you to talk about this because you are the current Mrs. Universe, and I'm sure now you are also eligible for Miss Universe from next year onwards. So what do you think of the change in the requirement, especially for married women joining the Miss Universe pageant?
So I think some people are gonna say that I'm one of those crazy woke people who love the inclusion, but I say it's not woke, it's loving and accepting everyone.
Mhm.
And I don't see a problem. Why shouldn't plus size girls, married women with kids, or transgender people join in? Because, hey, plus size girls, the one thing I have problem with, if you are plus size, I want to see that you eat healthy, that you exercise, because you become a role model for a lot of young girls. And in America, a lot of people suffer through diabetes, heart attacks, because a lot of young kids are already obese. So I just want to make sure that we're leading a healthy path. Other than that, curves are beautiful. I mean, everybody loves a nice,
Yeah.
but when it comes to married women, again, we're not 1950 anymore. Being married and having kids doesn't mean that you have to sit at home while the husband is running and doing a business. I mean, nowadays it's normal when the husband sits at home and takes care of the kids. So as long as the woman is absolutely sure that she has a partner who is going to take care of the family and the children, and she is capable of fulfilling her duties, why not? And when it comes to transgender, to me, I don't even see that as transgender. I feel like when you're born in a wrong body and then you adjust, you make the full changes of everything on your body and take your hormones, you are a woman to me.
Yes.
Absolutely 100% a woman. So I don't know why shouldn't we include them? Does it hurt anyone? Like, does it
Yeah,
cause pain or hurting it? So why not?
I
The
agree.
only thing
Mhm.
is I do not want the competitions to push any of them in the top if they are not good enough. Just to look like, okay, we are diverse, we have someone in a top who is transgender or married.
Mhm.
I want to put that aside, and then just judge them as they are as a woman and their performance and everything. So
Performance, yeah, the best on the performance and the advocacies, and of course communication skills are very important in Miss Universe. So as long as they can deliver a good performance, I don't really mind that they are trans, they are married, single mother, or even plus size women, because let's not forget that we actually did have a host, Ashley Graham, which is a American supermodel. She's plus size, right? So she used to be
mhm,
the backstage host in the Miss Universe competition for a couple of years, and we saw that she did an amazing job. She's breaking the beauty
yeah.
standards. So I don't see a problem with it. As long as they perform well, for me, that's the most important thing is you can perform under pressure. So if you can do that, I think it's completely fine. And I'm actually really excited because after the inclusion of the trans women and the married women, I have been getting a lot of messages on my Instagram as well saying, I'm really excited, George. Like, I thought I could not join because I have a kid, and especially the age limit as well. Like next year onwards, there is no age requirement,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're targeting a bigger mass of fans and followers, right?
Mhm.
Because right now, who is watching the beauty pageants, during the social media times where you can see hot girls on Instagram because they all have a filters and so on. People are losing the interest in beauty pageants. So you gotta make changes and make it uh, targetable to a broader audience. But you also have to remember when it comes to these age limit and so on that everybody should also use their common sense. You know what I mean? Like people are asking
Yeah.
me, hey, sorry.
I don't think we're going to see like a grandma joining Miss Universe. Like, let's be realistic here. I'm talking about girls maybe like on the 30s, early 30s, or like even the mid 30s who still got it, right? Like we have seen so many stunning women who are in their 40s even, who have great bodies, especially if like, there we go, right there, I'm talking to one right now, and especially who has amazing body. She's really healthy. Lenka does Muay Thai, and she can kick some ass. Like if if you get on her wrong side, she can definitely do it. So clearly she's eligible. From next year onwards, you can join Miss Universe Czech Republic if you want. So I want women
I
like you joining the pageant. Yeah,
I
go
can
on.
kick ass. So for all of those people who like to target and bully me on social media for my opinions, beware.
Yeah.
I can do
Yeah,
Muay
she's
Thai.
very healthy. She has a Muay Thai company, guys, in Thailand, so she definitely knows how to do martial arts.
I'm happy with the way I look at 40 years old. I am happy that I won Mrs. National Universe, that I
Mhm.
proved to myself because I'm teaching and coaching girls right now, mostly for NGI because I live here. But of
Yeah.
course, I'm building it now for other contests. And for me, it's more pleasure to teach the girls. And I've got, common sense. I'm like, I don't really
Yes.
want to compete with 18-year-old girls. Like, I'm happy where I am, and I don't have to push myself, to a place where I feel like it's not my place anymore,
Right.
So,
Yeah. So that's where when the news came out that next year onwards there is elimination of the age limit. I think some fans, I'm not going to say all, but there were some fans who kind of overreacted. I felt that they thought it's going to be like a 70-year-old or 80-year-old grandma joining the pageant with the granddaughter, which I don't think that's going to happen. Let's be honest. I don't think that's because it's all the decision of the national director, right? So if the national director will let them, sure, that's fine. But realistically talking, I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe we'll see maybe 30-year-old, 40-year-old, maybe, but I don't think we're going to see like extreme. I think that's being too radical. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Like 70 is a bit
yeah.
too much. Yeah.
That's what I say to people too. I say the fact that it's open, the age limit, doesn't
Uh-huh.
mean that very old ladies are gonna get in. I mean, it's just you give them opportunity, but it
Yeah.
doesn't mean that it's gonna happen.
It's,
The
yeah.
same
It's,
goes for
mhm.
transgender and married women. It's open, but it doesn't mean that it's gonna happen. But if there's
Yeah.
gonna be exceptional women, transgender women and married women, then hell yeah, I mean, why not? I think the
Yeah.
only problem is that most of the sponsors of beauty pageants are like companies with men who like to be around young, beautiful women. So
Mhm.
there's a little bit of problem there, and some people are still old school. So it's
Yeah.
hard, but
Yeah, it's
I
hard.
think it
Let's
is.
see what happens. And also, let's not forget the trans women. They were actually allowed to join the pageant since 11 years ago, back in 2012. And we only have three contestants in the 11
Mhm.
years. And the first one we got was back in 2018. So that's
Yeah.
still quite a big gap, right? So it doesn't mean every country is letting trans women as the representative. It's just very selective countries. So we have to be quite diligent about what we say, because not everyone is going to now all of a sudden send married women or trans women.
If you come in
Yeah.
a competition and you're fabulous and you do the best job, then you win, and then you go to Miss Universe. I
Mhm.
don't see the difference, but
Yes. Now let's talk about some of the delegates who we have five that we're going to discuss for this video who are breaking the beauty standards. And I for one, I'm really excited because I think we're in 2023. Why not, right? Celebrate inclusivity and seeing different types of beauty. So let's talk about Miss Universe Nepal, Jane Deepika Garrett. She's half American, half Nepali, and she is the first ever plus size woman who is embracing her curves. I was watching her voice for change video, and she talked about last year she was in the hospital. She was hospitalized, which is a medical condition which makes you gain a lot of weight, and it's actually quite common among women. So because she
Mhm.
had that disease, she gained a lot of weight, and apparently a lot of women have it. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, Lenka, but apparently, yeah, a lot of women actually face this disease, which makes them really difficult to lose weight. So I think I understand now why she wants to be a representative for all the women out there who probably are facing this disease as well.
I mean, it's really tough if you are suffering through this kind of a disease. I remember when I was modeling, I had a girl in an agency which was plus size, and then she was starving herself and exercising, and she was still gaining weight.
Mm.
So it's hard. I have the opposite problem that unfortunately genetically it runs in my family that we get extremely skinny. So I have to overeat to have a normal, healthy body because when I work too much and I don't get enough sleep, I
Mhm.
start losing weight. I mean, you saw it a couple of weeks ago during the live. I was like, now I'm getting better, but it's still not perfect. So I can relate to not being able to control your body, even though when you are trying to be healthy and eat healthy and exercise. So I didn't even know that about her.
Okay, let me just
So
correct what I just said. Is PCOS, and this disease, like I said before, it does make it really difficult for you to lose weight, and also it makes it really difficult for you to get pregnant. So it's also very hormonal disease. So it's difficult for you to childbear, and yeah, it's with the ovaries. So this part of the female private part.
hmm,
So it makes it very difficult to get pregnant as well, so, which apparently a lot of women face this. So I give props to her because I know it's probably difficult for her, right? Like last year she was hospitalized. Just over a year later, she's now a representative for her country. And I think she should be very proud of herself. I know a lot of people are kind of against her because she's plus size and maybe she does not fit into the beauty standards that they actually used to. But I'm happy that she's embracing it, her curves, and she's being a proud representative for a woman out there, because I think this
yeah,
needs to be heard by a lot of people, because I mean being people with PCOS is quite common. So just, yeah, letting people know if you're not aware.
yeah. Truthfully, like before that, I wasn't really sure because I like plus size and I really love Scott Cummings
Hmm.
from Thailand. That was 2 years ago, right? She was a
Hmm.
plus size model, but like
Yeah.
she was very toned and always showed that she's exercising. And when I was looking at Nepal, I was like, is she exercising or not? You know, like I want to make sure that they are showing young women to lead a healthy life. I didn't know that she had this illness. So right now I'm looking at it in a completely different light, and she's brave to go for it. And then she's already a winner because she's representing Nepal, and it's amazing that she can show the other woman with the same health issues that you can make it, even though it's a big struggle. And can also relate because I cannot put on the weight, but when it comes to not having children, we're in the same boat because I'm a cancer survivor and the chemotherapy unfortunately took that away from me. So now I can even relate to her more because as a woman, it's a very big struggle. So she's a brave, very brave woman.
Definitely. I just wanted to talk about that because I was watching a video and I got really emotional, even though it does not really affect me personally because I'm a man, biologically born male. But I cannot imagine for her, a woman who are facing that issue, because can you imagine, especially in conservative society like Nepal or other parts of the world like Thailand or any other Asian countries where it's the society kind of forces you to bear a child, and if you're unable to do that, that must be really depressing.
It is very depressing, even when I come from like Czech Republic, where you are not forced. I mean, our generation, it's more like, okay, well, we can be single, we don't have to have children. And I
Mhm.
didn't want that for a long time. But I think every woman, because we're biologically kind of like programmed to,
Mhm.
reproduce, that when you reach certain age and you really want to have a kids and then you find out that you cannot, it's really heartbreaking because, like, you feel like you failed as a woman. You think about like what legacy am I gonna leave behind? Of course, if you have a partner, it can like cause breakup or not being able to keep a relationship if the partner wants biological child. So it's extremely hard. Definitely, yeah.
I'm excited because I've been following her on Instagram and she seems really happy after she arrived in the host country. She was smiling a lot. She was doing a lot of video content. And I think a lot of Latin American fans actually really like her because a lot of the Latin women, the beauty standard for them is actually curvy women, right? With big
Mhm.
curves. So I think she's actually
I
having
mean,
a great time in El Salvador.
yeah, even America. I mean, come on, the whole Kardashian trend.
Oh,
Every,
yeah.
I mean, It's coming here too. The girls in Asia are starting to get implants in their behinds too now. So
It's getting there, but I think it's maybe like 10, 20 years. I think you'll get in the same area as the US, because at the moment they love girls with BBL in the US. Like you said, Kim Kardashian is like the beauty standard for the US. So yeah, all the best to Jane, and let's move on to the married women. So we have two delegates this year from Colombia, which is a powerhouse pageant country, Camila Avila. So what do you think of Miss Universe Colombia? Because I actually think she's stunning. I watched the national pageant. She has amazing body, amazing stage presence. I think she's incredible. What do you think of Miss Universe Colombia?
no, she's absolutely stunning, and I could see the transformation. She really worked on herself and appearance and trained hard and so on. She turned completely 360. So I am a huge fan, and I definitely think she has a potential to get minimum top five, maybe even win if the organization is ready for it. I don't know
Mhm.
how many kids she has or what is her
She
situation.
has, I believe, she has one kid. She has a daughter. She has a daughter. Yeah.
Do you have a partner or she's single mom?
She has a husband. So I checked. She has a husband. I forgot his name, but he has beautiful long hair, dark brown hair, and her daughter has beautiful blonde hair.
Super easy one kid, and if you have a supporting husband who takes care of the kid, then you can travel around and fulfill your duties. Absolutely, yeah. And I mean, look at it. We women, we handle so much, even in old times, right?
Mhm.
Like in the times of like our great great mothers. I mean, they would have six children. The husband would go to war, gone for years. They would take care of the crops, of the animals, of the children, handle job and so on. So I don't see why a woman cannot handle all of this too, especially if she has a supporting husband, and she's absolutely stunning. So I am definitely rooting for Colombia.
And her daughter was so beautiful. Right after the crowning of her as Miss Universe Colombia, they had a family picture, and it was such a cute moment. The daughter was there, and it was such a cute moment. So imagine if Colombia wins this year, or let's say next year we get a married woman as Miss Universe. That would be such a historical moment, because I think that will definitely break the beauty standards. Because usually in pageantry, right, we think of a single girl, preferably a little bit on the skinnier side. Or tan skin, a white girl with Western features. So I think that will definitely break the beauty standard, because when was the last time we saw a married woman winning a Miss Universe competition? I can't think of any. Never.
It wasn't even allowed, no? So
No, there were a couple of contestants. I did a research. I think it was 57. Miss USA. She had kids. She had two kids and husband. So she was disqualified from joining Miss Universe pageant. So from 1957.
those
Yeah.
times were very sexist, and I feel like back then the competitions were really about parading in a swimsuit and just like looking at the beauty, not caring what is inside because women were still seen as the housewives and so on.
Mhm.
And even now, I can see sometimes the sponsors are against married women
Yeah.
because some of the sponsors are men with a lot of money who are like investing because they are looking for the girlfriend or future wife. So of course they don't like the married woman joining in. But yeah, it's 2023, and if you have kids and you're married, it's a big market. You can do advertisement as a family with your kid and so on. You can target completely new, undiscovered markets.
I just double checked. It was actually 1957, so I was actually correct. And her name is Mary Leon Gage. She was Miss USA 1957. And she was disqualified just before entering the Miss Universe pageant. So it's kind of interesting, just interesting facts for people, because I know a lot of people follow me are younger generation. They don't really know the history of the pageant. So just for education purposes. So yeah, I think it's really fun to have married women, because we have not just one, we have two this year. We have Miss Guatemala as well. So, what do you think of Miss Guatemala? Her name is Michelle. Mhm.
I definitely love Colombia, but again, she can surprise us.
She can.
But she's not
Yes.
in my top list.
I lived in London for about 12 years, and Miss England, Miss World is based in London, but the people there, they did not care about beauty pageants. because the
Yeah,
British people are busy with work and other stuff they have to do. So I think it's nice to see married women being included in pageantry. So what do you have to say? Sorry.
it's also because, I mean, if you are not really getting the winners or anything, or if your country has a low sash factor, or you're a small country, so you don't have that many followers, or you don't
Yeah.
have that big sponsors and so on, it's a big disadvantage still today. I mean, Czech Republic has been sending a stunning woman all
Yes.
around the world. I mean, back in the days when I wanted to compete, that was led by Mr. Kolmilos Zapleta. He did amazing organization. His winners were stunning, but we didn't have the designers, the sponsors, or anyone to teach the girls how to compete on international level.
Hmm.
Then his previous winner started a new competition, Česká Miss, and she did really well. She sent two girls who got to top in Miss Universe. But then
Hmm.
she sold it and was going from one hand to another hand, and I stopped watching because I was like, okay, this is tragedy. But we have a new organization, Miss Czech Republic, led by Tatiana Makarenko. And
Hmm.
since she took over, the Czech girls are finally getting to top. But unfortunately, at Miss Universe, she doesn't have the license. The other organization does. So,
Hmm.
but what am I trying to say is the organizations need to start giving a chance to all the girls, no matter how big their country is, how big their sash factor is, how big or rich their organization is. It just like look at the girl and then pick the girl who is truthfully the most beautiful, well spoken, and gives the best performance, no matter how big organization she has behind her back.
For example, let's take a look at Miss World, right? Poland is not exactly a pageant country. It's in like the middle of Europe. And also Jamaica won Miss World, not exactly a pageant country. So I think Miss Universe should look at Miss World because they have been crowning a lot of the non-pageant countries and they're doing an amazing job. Look at Carolina. She's absolutely stunning, beautiful. She looks like a living Barbie doll. So let's
Yeah,
crown her like that from a, let's say, smaller country which doesn't really win Miss Universe as often as a couple of the countries which I'm not gonna name, but you know which countries have been winning Miss Universe a lot. So I think it would be nice to see smaller countries, maybe European countries who have not won Miss Universe winning. I think that
yeah.
would kind of let other people to have interest, especially the countries that don't really follow the pageantry.
Yeah, actually, we have one winner of Miss World from Czech Republic too. It was Tatiana Kuchařová, I think,
Yes,
2008.
I remember 2006. I remember her. She was beautiful,
Yeah, yeah.
blonde, right?
Remember the dress she won in, the white dress with the cutout. He was very cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh. I
And
remember
she's
now.
amazing. She's
Yeah.
helping actually Tatiana Makarenko, like organize the not helping, but she's always there and judging. And she's a
Hmm.
wonderful woman and gorgeous still today. And this year we have Christina Pishko, which is everyone's favorite for Miss World, but
She's
they keep on
beautiful.
postponing. So scared she's gonna miss it. So please, Miss World, make it happen because this girl deserves it.
I think this year Miss Czech Republic is definitely in my top five for Miss World, and I think a lot of pageant pages have also got her as a winner or top five. So I'm excited. So going back to the topic, so yeah, what we were saying was it would be nice to see a new country win Miss Universe or a smaller countries that has not won Miss Universe in maybe let's say about 20
Yeah,
years or so, because when a lot of the same countries tend to win. People from smaller pageant countries lose interest. Like I said, that's why I was
yeah,
giving an example of London, because despite being the headquarter for Miss World, the people in the UK don't really watch pageants. They don't really have an interest. They already have a busy life. They have to make money, right? It's an expensive country to live. So I think it would be nice to see that. Like at least the Miss Universe pageant, they talk about inclusivity. So if you mean it, let's do it. Not just say it on the papers, but actually mean it and crown someone who may be a trans woman or a married woman. Of course, they have to be deserving, but let's crown them because I have not seen them actually place in the Miss Universe pageant. The first one, first trans woman back in 2018, she did not actually place, right? Miss Spain.
Mm.
She was there on the stage, but she did not have a placement. So let's actually do it in action as well.
I think this year there's a big potential.
I think so. I think one of them will be in the top 15 or
Yeah.
top 20. I'm not sure the format this year. They have been changing a lot, but I think one of them will be in the semi-finalist. Yeah. Okay, talking about transgender women, we live in Thailand. It's the paradise for the LGBTQIA plus community in Asia. Right? It's a mecca, I would have to say. Just go to Pattaya or just even in Bangkok, Siloam. There's so many amazing people who celebrate the LGBT. AI plus community. It's a long one. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's a big thing in Thailand at least, and you know that, right? Like you're living in Thailand. So what do you think of two transgender women competing at the Miss Universe pageant? So let's start with Netherlands. So her name is Ricky. Um, Fun fact: she actually has Indonesian background. Did you know that? She
I
has
don't
Indonesian.
know.
Yep. I think
Doesn't
one of
look
her
like it.
parents is Indonesian because I was looking at the Wikipedia. It says she has an Indonesian background. So anyway,
Wow.
what do you think of Ricky?
Actually, can I start with Portugal? Because like
Oh,
there are
sure.
two girls.
Yeah.
Portugal, she is beautiful, but I am not sure about the top. But when it comes to Netherlands and Ricky, I am in love with her. She is stunning, um, well spoken, amazing body. Truthfully, if you didn't tell me that she was transgender, I would never guess. You know, she is absolutely amazing. So I think she definitely deserves the placement. And I feel like this is the year of Netherlands. Netherlands is killing it everywhere, right? I mean, talking about transgender, the winner of Miss, what is the transgender
Miss
competition?
International Queen. It was
Yes,
in Pattaya, and the winner is
yeah,
actually from the Netherlands. Yes.
Netherlands. Yeah, and I met her, and she's really incredible. Now Netherlands got in top 10 MGI. Now Netherlands is in Miss Universe. So hopefully,
Yes, I think there is a
transfer.
possibility she will place Miss Netherlands.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I was shocked when I found out she was transgender. I was like, wow. But again, we live in Thailand, and
Yeah.
here, why is it so popular here? Also, because I think Thailand has like the best plastic surgeries in the world. A lot of people just fly here to get plastic
Yep.
surgery. It's very good quality, especially when it comes to the transformation
Hmm.
from woman to man or man to woman. So it's very popular here, and fabulous. I mean, not even Thailand. I lived in New York before, and it's a popular the ballroom.
They do a lot of working in the clubs. They dress up. They have a lot of. It's like a beauty pageant in itself, but for just a night. Yeah.
It is amazing, and let's face it. Like I have learned to do catwalk from my transgender friends. I have learned to
Mhm.
do makeup from my transgender friends. I mean, the LGBTQ community is the pageant community. You cannot live without them.
Yep.
So have to include. I'm sorry.
Yep, I agree with you, and I'm really happy to see Ricky as the second, right, trans woman to join the Miss Universe pageant. And it was unfortunate that she received a lot of backlash, and even on her Voice for Change video, she talked about it that she got a lot of criticisms and unfortunately negative comments from some of the trolls out there who did not agree with her lifestyle. Her being a proud trans woman, which is unfortunate, but I really want her to be confident, believe in herself, because we believe in you. And there's tons of people out there who also believe in her. And I think there's a possibility, like we said just now, that this is the year for Netherlands. They have been doing really amazing international pageants. And I think Ricky could definitely place in the top 15 semi-finalist and just be a proud woman, be a proud trans
Yeah.
woman. And I'm just really happy to see her. And like you said, she's good at speaking, good at runway. She looks beautiful, and she has a great advocacy as well. And this year I think they're kind of pushing that forward because we know that being beautiful is fine, right? That's okay, nothing wrong with that. But if you have a good advocacy, I think that kind of helps you get a placement, because we have to remember the judges, or they like to call it the selection committee. I don't know if you like that word, but selection committee is usually mostly female, right? So, and they like a
Mhm.
woman who have a advocacy. Yeah.
True. You know what? It's really heartbreaking to see that people would bully her or bully anyone from a transgender community or anything. Because as I said, if you join the competition, it doesn't mean that you're gonna win, but if you're the best and you win again, who are you hurting? Like what bad, like how does it change people's life? You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's just like an old school way of thinking. I mean, my father, who I loved very dearly, and he was an amazing human being, was thinking like that too, because that's how he was raised. But again, like we are living in 2023, and it's completely different times. And the thing about transgender community back in the old times, they were actually celebrated, and in some cultures, they're still celebrated because they believe there are two souls in one body. They are like a god-like level.
Yeah.
So it actually changed with the arrival of the religion, which prohibited it, like being gay, transgender, and
Yeah.
everything. People started to hide it, but it's absolutely natural. I think pageantry is about the magic. It's about making women's dreams come true, being the princess. So why bring the ugliness?
Beauty pageant is definitely a celebration of womanhood, like the Miss Universe 1999 said from Botswana. I think it's a celebration of womanhood, celebration of femininity, and if she wants to join, let her. So I think I'm happy that Ricky is there, and anyone watching this video, because I know I do have a lot of people from the LGBTQIA plus community who follow my YouTube channel as well. I'm here for you. I'm also part of the community, so I'm really happy to see definitely a representative of our community in the Miss Universe pageant. And Kun Anne herself is a trans woman. So, guys, anyone who has to say bad thing about the competition, the owner herself is a trans woman. So you cannot say anything bad about our community anymore because a lot of the people who watch Miss Universe are gay. It's gay men usually who watch pageants. So let's not be that harsh to our fellow sisters and you, of course. I feel like people who watch pageantry, I'm not saying it's a fact, but I'm saying majority, let's say like 80% of the men who watch pageant, they do fall under the umbrella, the rainbow umbrella. So let's not be harsh to our sisters who are trans, right? So let's just be
No, I
kind.
know.
Yeah.
That's to me the most shocking when gay community would be against transgender
Yeah.
women to join, because I'm like, you yourself must be discriminated in many moments in your life. So it doesn't like puzzle in my head.
So imagine if you had faced that judgment just because you're gay, you should not be putting that negativity to other people just because they're trans. So I think we should be accepting, because I know a lot of people, like I said before, majority of the guys who watch pageantry are gay, or at least from the LGBTQI plus community. So let's be kind because we have went through discrimination ourselves. So let's not wish that bad thing to other people because we know
Yeah.
that they're going through so much hardship, right? Being trans is not a joke. It's not going to be easy. There's going to be a lot of judgment by the community, the society. So let's just be a little bit kinder to them because they already have a hard
Yeah.
life.
And they do. I mean, a lot of them are not accepted by their own family. It's
Yeah.
hard for them to find a partner because not everyone wants to date a transgender woman.
Please be kind to everyone, guys. And yeah, saying that, I think that we have to be nice to everyone, not just these five ladies we talked about, but all the Miss Universe contestants because they're going through a lot of hardships, right? Because there's a lot of expectations from so many people as they're the representative for the countries in Miss Universe pageant. So, is there anything you want to give, maybe your suggestions, any messages you would like to give, Lenka? Because you're a beauty queen yourself, you are a title holder. So, anything you'd like to say to the girls if they watch this video?
For the girls, I would say do not compare yourself to the other contestant. Do not be like, okay, they take more pictures of the other girl, the organization is paying more attention to the other girl has more followers, blah, blah, blah. Do not do it. Don't let that get in your head. You're not competing with the other girls, you're competing with yourself. You have to wake up and be a better version of yourself every each day. So in the end, even if you don't win, you walk away being proud because you did fantastic. That's the
Mhm.
most important thing, because once you let it get to your head, oh, I think the organization doesn't like me, they don't take pictures with me, and so on, you start being negative and you sabotage yourself, because if you don't believe in your ability to win, how should the judges, how should the organization? You have to come in with winning attitude, but not cocky. Just have the right attitude. What do
Yeah.
you think?
I agree. I think you just need to believe in yourself because unless you truly believe in yourself and you're your biggest cheerleader in your life, I don't think you're going to win any title. Not just Miss Universe. I'm talking about any pageant, any competition you go through. You have to truly believe that you are the winner. And if you have that mindset, the winning mindset, I think you can win any competition, whether it's a local pageant in your country or international pageant like Miss Universe.
Do not rely on your beauty. Do not rely on team. Make sure that you really work hard, that you are 15 minutes before any activity there, that you are sharing on your social media, that you are sharing the sponsors of the organization, which is your responsibility, that you are before the competition training properly, having amazing tempo, prepare your wardrobe, and studying what is happening in the world. So no question out there on a stage is gonna surprise you. You have to give it your 100%. Thinking, oh, I'm so beautiful and I have 500,000 followers, it's gonna give me a crown. It's not gonna get you anywhere. Because
Yeah.
for me, when I was going to my competition, I didn't feel like the organization liked me, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna give it my 100%. So I walk away knowing that I did my best, and I literally spent months, even though I did thousands of shows. I was training, studying everything in the world. I prepared a speech. I found sponsors to get break out and so on. And then when I went there, I know I gave it 100%. And voila, it paid off. I actually won. So anything is possible, but you need to work hard.
Yes, I think you have to do your research. Any pageant you join, you have to do research about what type of winners they have crowned previously. Do your homework. So I'm not telling you to completely change yourself for the pageant, but at least be well aware of the what kind of challenges they might be doing. Maybe they are, singing competition if it's Miss Grand, or just prepare yourself in advance so you are not going to be surprised when you get to the host country and you're like, oh, I don't know, I did not prepare for this. At least be well assured of yourself, prepare. You can never be over prepared. That's one thing I tell the girls I guide in beauty pageants, that if you do your homework, if you have done enough preparation, you're going to feel like, oh, okay, amazing, I've done this, the question is about this topic, I've done my homework, I can answer it with so much smoothness, ease, and I think that's what you need.
Yeah, you are completely right. Every organization, every competition is different. Grant wants a girl who is a performer,
Yeah.
who can sing and song. Like you have to be like, "Rrr," while like Miss World is the lady, classic, not showing too much
Elegant.
skin,
Yeah.
having a good charity organization. Miss International is very soft pink colors, very quiet and sweet. Supranational is kind of in between. And Miss
Yeah.
Universe is more like Vava Boom, Victoria's Secret kind of a type of girls. I would say somewhere in the middle.
And someone who
What?
can speak. I think they are looking for a spokesperson for Miss Universe, and also having a really good and relevant advocacy is very important for Miss Universe. It doesn't mean that just pick any advocacy. It's something that is personal to you and that maybe you are facing through. For example, like I talked about Miss Universe Nepal, right? She has PCOS, so her advocacy is about body image and being proud of herself. So I think as long as the advocacy is something so related to you.
Yeah, I mean, you can get on bigger projects, but like joining in an organization that is already established and knows what they are doing, what I mean? I'm lived by the example of my father. When he passed away, I got reached out by so many people who would tell me hundreds of stories how he gave them a job when they lost a job, how he let them sleep, at his other apartment when they didn't have a home, how he would lend them money when they didn't have money. I'm not kidding you, hundreds of people. And my
Hmm.
father just changed by a little act so many people's lives. So that gave me a comfort when he passed away that I can continue the legacy. So you don't have to do something gigantic, but
Yeah.
you should definitely use your crown and your title to do changes and help other people because I think that's what pageantry should be about too. But the one thing I actually wanted to say, and I wanted to ask the pageant fans to realize that pageantry should be about rooting for the best girl, not always blindly rooting just for your national girl and so on. And if you want to support your girl from your country, do that by posting about her qualities and so on. Don't do it by attacking and hating on other contestants or on beauty pageant fans who don't include her in a list because that doesn't help her. If you want
Yeah.
to help her, show her, post about her, but don't hate. That's pageantry is not about that.
Yes, I'm with you on that. And as someone who actually runs a pageant page, every day I wake up to hundreds of messages, comments, and sometimes I may post my prediction. Like 2 days ago, I posted my top 20 for Miss Universe, and there were a couple of people who did not like that. I did not include the country, and I cannot include everyone. I mean, as much as I would love to do that, it's not realistic. Even in the Miss Universe, they have about top 20, top 15. So I'm just keeping the girls who I really like, I enjoy, and I'm supporting them. And like you said, if you are very passionate about certain countries, certain girls, post them on your
Yeah.
Instagram story. Maybe you can just write a nice comment. Even that would really make her day.
We love all the girls. We love pageantry, and all of the girls who are there are already queens of their country. They work hard. They all deserve recognition. So if we don't put someone on a list, it doesn't mean we don't like them. It's just the list is really short, you know.
Yes. Yeah, like I said, guys, we are also human beings. We have emotions, we have feelings, we have our own favorites. So just because your country may not be on our top five, because Global Beauty only does top five, so as much as we would love to have all those countries, we cannot. It's just part of the game, right? It's part of the request sent by Global Beauty. So let's, if we have our top five, let's just be kind. Yeah, we may not have the same opinions, but let's just be human being. Just humble and just have humanity. Yeah, I think that's just very important because we are human beings. We have emotions.
Exactly, and we're really trying our hard. Like we have normal jobs and life and so on too, and it
Yeah,
takes a lot of time to do research about every girl and so on. And we're really trying our best. And we are people from all around the world, all colors, differences. So nobody is rooting for one country or anything. We cannot even vote for our own country. So we spend
yeah.
our free time to doing all the research, and we're trying to be as fair as possible because we love the patient. So just believe us that we always try to do our best and we love all the girls.
Ending this video in a really positive note, which I think is super important right now. So let's just be kind, send empathy, humbleness, just be kind to each other. And also in this comment section of this video, also, guys, I know we only talked about five girls because I think those are the dark horse contestants, which I feel need a bit more shine, a little bit more brightness towards them. Because sure, we can talk about the front runners, but I think it's also nice to give them spotlight to the girls who are not being talked about by a lot of the pageant pages. So I think just highlighting them in itself is just promoting them and supporting them. So let's be nice to them, and also let me know in the comment section, what do you think of these five lovely ladies? Do you think they have what it takes to be the next Miss Universe, maybe, or even a placement? What do you think of them? And all the topics we talked about, we had so many topics we discussed today. What do you think of them? Maybe the age limit from next year onwards. What do you think of the removal of the age limit? Trans women competing Miss Universe, and also our lovely two ladies who are married women with kids, mothers, right? So, what do you think of all of those different topics we discussed in the comment section? I had a lovely night talking to Lenka, our Mrs. National Universe 2023, right? Is it correct? Which year is it?
I'm
22. You're still
actually
the reigning queen. So,
I'm
uh-huh.
actually 3 months over my reign. Yay! It's gonna be in December 17, the next round. Here
So
is
you're
Thailand.
going to crown the successor end of the year.
And actually, if any of the women over 35 around the world are interested, please hit me up because we still have some spots open. So you can message me and yeah, I can get you in. And I would love to see you here in Thailand.
Yes, and you never know, you might be her successor. You might be the one who she's crowning, right? Lenka's successor as Mrs. National Universe. And it's happening in Bangkok, correct? Is it in Thailand?
Actually, they moved it to Hawaii this year because they want to do beach activities and so on. So Amari Hawaiian, Amari hotels are always sponsoring this national universe. So Amari Hawaiian, it's gonna be happening 12 to 17. I'm so excited to be
Yes,
there, but I'm
definitely
also
contact her. If you want to, if you're interested, if you are a married woman, you're Mrs. If you want to join pageant, definitely join Mrs. National Universe and contact her. So you can see her on the screen, her Instagram and social media platforms. So definitely give her a message. And saying that, guys, I had a lovely time talk to you guys. Make sure to subscribe if you have not, because I know you guys love to watch the videos, but it really helps my YouTube channel if you subscribe. The red, it's just one click. It's absolutely free just to join the family, my YouTube family. So just do that. I'll see you guys once again in my next video. Hopefully, we're going to talk about MGI for the next one. Like, I'll hope to see you for the next sessions. Bye
So
bye.
much love. Bye. Okay.